All right, this is for standard 2 RL5, where we are looking at the story structure with fiction text. So this is called Flower Planting Day. Nate lives in a city called Fort Haines. Every year, Fort Haines celebrates the first day of spring. They have an annual flower planting day. Nate was so excited to participate this year, he and his family went to the gardening section at the store. His family bought 10 different types of flowers. His mom promised him that he could plant 5 of the flowers when they got home. The family began working in their yard. Nate dug 5 holes just like his mom had taught him and planted his flowers. When they were finished, the family walked around Fort Haines to see all the flowers. So in the beginning, they're usually introducing the setting and the characters. But our first question says, who are the characters in this story? So we're going to look back. I see Nate. He and his family. So his family too. His family bought 10 different. His mom promised him. Work in the yard. So it looks like it's just talking about Nate and his family. Hold on one second. There we go. So Nate and his, family. Okay. Let's see if we can make this any bigger. There we go. Okay. What is the setting of the text? So let's go back. Lives in a city called Fort Haines. So let me go. Actually, you know what we'll do is we'll underline this. Fort Haines right here. Every year they celebrate the first day of spring. So we know it is the beginning of spring. That's the time of year. And we can guess, normally people work in their yard and do those kind of things during the day, so we could even make the inference or prediction that the setting is in the middle of the day. So first we're going to say it's in Fort Haines. The first day of spring. And during the day. All right, let me see if I can move that over some so you can see that better. There we go. Okay. What events happen in the middle? So let's kind of look at this for a minute. So I'm going to put a check mark. That's the beginning. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. Okay, where it's going to start in the middle, let's choose a different color, is when they talk about going to the gardening section. And that they bought, that one didn't want to go, does it? That they bought 10 different, there we go, types of flowers. And his mom promised he could plant 5 of the flowers. This one we're going to make a little shorter. Try to. Well, let's see. Hold on one second. Go back here. That's not going to help me, is it? Let's go here. I'll make that shorter, but it won't. So let's do this. We're going to change this color of this. Okay, now this that I'm about to highlight, not up there, is going to be in the end. Let's go back here. Oh, now this wants to move. There we go. Okay, now Let's go to red. When they got home, the family began working in their yard. Nate dug 5 holes. Just like his mom had taught him and planted his flowers. When they were finished, family walked around Fort Haynes to see all the flowers. Okay, so in the beginning, it's talking, just introducing the characters and everything else. The middle, we're learning a little bit more how they went to the gardening section to get different types of flowers and what they were going to do with those flowers. And then they get to at the ending where they're actually at home and planting them, and then after they planted them, they walked around to go see everything. So let's move this up. What events happened in the middle? They went to the store and bought 10 different types of flowers. They went to, let me move that out of the way, to the store and bought 10 different types of flowers. I need to do that one more time. So it's, oh, that's too much, isn't it? So they bought 10 different types of flowers. That's what happened in the middle. All right, let's look at the next story. This one is called Science Class. Chris loved going to Mr. Jim's science class. Chris saw all the tables set up into groups in Mr. Jim's classroom. Chris also saw spaghetti noodles, tape, and marshmallows on all of the tables. Chris and her friends sat down at a table. Mr. Jim told the kids about their job for the day. He told them that they had to create a tall structure using the noodles. The one strip of tape also needed to be used. He said the marshmallow had to be on the top. The kids got started by stacking the noodles high. They kept falling. This project was going to be harder than she thought. All right, so now this one is going to say what happens at the beginning of the text. In the beginning, we learn how Chris loves to go to Mr. Jim's science class. Chris loved going to the science class. There we go. Chris saw all the tables set up into groups in the classroom, and he saw the spaghetti noodles, tape, and marshmallows on all of the tables. Okay, so they sat down at one of the tables. So in the beginning, Chris goes into the science classroom and sees all these cool things. In the beginning, Chris goes into the science class. Move this up a little bit. And sees spaghetti noodles, tape, and marshmallows. I know what they're doing. I've done that with my class before. Move that over a little bit so you can see that. Okay. And they sit at it, and he and his friend sit at the table. And that might even be really in the middle now that I think about it. Because now it's kind of like they're starting on their project. So let's see. I thought I could move that back. There we go. Nope. Doesn't want to move back, does it? Sometimes it wants to work for me and sometimes it does not. All right, so we're going to do the middle part a different color anyway. We'll do it purple. All right. So there, okay. Chris and her friends sat down at a table. Mr. Jim told the kids about their job for the day. He told them they had to create a tall structure using the noodles. The one strip of tape also needed to be used, and the marshmallow had to be on top. Okay, so basically the teacher was giving them directions about their task, what they had to do using those materials. So the teacher told the students what they had to do, using the materials. I'm just going to say their materials. Okay, then at the end, because that's what my next question is, what events happen at the end? Let's go to blue. The kids got started by stacking the noodles high, but they kept falling. The project was going to be harder than she thought. So she thought this project was going to be so cool and so easy. Chris thought the project would be easy, but after trying some things, it was hard. All right, and there's looking at the structure of stories.